I've known you, and I've known your son Luke, and of course I believe you have a younger son
Yes,
I
we sure
very
do.
briefly knew, but I hadn't. He's probably grown now. I don't know. How old is the young one?
He will be 4
4.
next month.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And so, but tell us about yourself. Are you originally from here? Where are you from? And how long have you been in the Elberton area?
Yeah, so we're not originally from Elberton. I actually grew up just outside the Atlanta area in DeKalb County. That's where I grew up. Born and raised there. Moved to Gwinnett County when I was 16, and lived in Georgia my whole life, except for 11 months when I moved to Virginia with my family, and then we moved back. And it was for a radio job, Stan.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was
You
for a
moved
radio
to
job.
Virginia for a radio
I sure
job.
did.
Oh wow.
And
And what did you do at the radio station there?
So I did, for about 5 years I was in radio. So
Okay.
I did a little bit of everything. I actually worked with Clear Channel down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And for them I did a lot of producing on 640 WGST at the time.
Yeah.
There was the Kimmer, Tom Hughes. They were on there. So I worked with their shows, did some traffic and weather for them, some sports comments for the Georgia News Network. Did that for a little while. And then when I went to Virginia, I took a job up there as a news director.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so I was the news director there for about 10 or 11 months. And then we decided, let's move back to Georgia.
Yes,
And you missed
yes.
Georgia, so you had to come back.
We missed Georgia, so we
Yeah.
had to come back.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad you came back, and your family is awesome. He's got a son that plays guitar, and hopefully he's still playing guitar. I would think he is. So, but
Occasionally.
he's probably working with Sir Grout of Athens.
He
is
is.
that correct? Okay.
He is.
And, well, I tell you what. What about, that's Luke. Tell us about Luke and the family, the wife, the kids, and everybody. Are they
Yes.
involved?
Yeah, so they are involved. My wife, she is originally from Virginia.
Okay.
So she moved down here, though, when she was 11. So she's
Yeah.
practically a Georgia
Yeah,
native
that's
now.
right.
So, I mean,
Yes.
she's been now. I mean, I'll catch her sometimes, and she has Southern slang that comes out, a little Southern draw that comes out.
That's
of
what
her
we're talking about.
every
Tim.
now and
That's
then.
what
So-
we're talking about. Yes. Yes.
And so, but we have 3 sons. One who will be 26 next month. He lives down in Athens. Luke, who you've mentioned, is 19. And then my wife and I have been married 28 years.
Wow.
And a few years back, we had a midlife gift.
Okay. I like the way you said that. Yes.
And so we actually named him Matthew because Matthew means
Yeah.
God's gift.
Wow.
So we named him Matthew
Awesome.
for
Wow.
that reason. So
Yes.
so he came along, and now we couldn't imagine life without him.
That is awesome. I mean, so awesome, and what a wonderful family. I can't believe they've been married 28 years.
That's awesome.
Him and his wife look like they're about 27.
I don't know how that's possible.
So
Yeah.
they just
They
amazing.
got married before they were born. That's awesome.
I mean, I love the music store, and anybody that's came in throughout the years just enjoyed that, and very awesome. But this family, definitely, Luke became a friend. I mean, not only did he learn guitar, come for lessons, but Luke became a friend, and always enjoyed when the family came in. So awesome. What did bring you to Elberton specifically?
Oh, wow. So do we have an hour to talk about
Sure,
what brought us to Elberton? No,
yes,
just kidding. No, so my wife and I, again, we grew up in Gwinnett County.
Yes.
Or we grew up in that area. And I tell people all the time, if Atlanta was the same way it was when I was
Right.
growing up, I
Yeah.
probably never would have moved.
Yeah.
Because of the fact, at that point, it was like 1 million people. I remember there used to be this sign downtown. It was like the counter of when is the metro area going to hit 1 million people. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like, you had the big city stuff, but it still felt small town.
Right.
And over the years, I just started to feel like the frog in boiling water.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Because in Gwinnett County, when we
Gwinnett
moved,
grew. Wow.
yeah, Gwinnett County, it ended up being, when we moved out of there was as many people in Gwinnett County
Yeah.
as there was in the Atlanta area when I moved.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
In the Atlanta area when I was growing up, because
Yeah.
it was like 925,000 people
Yeah.
in Gwinnett County alone.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we would pull out of our neighborhood, and we just got tired of feeling like we were going to get run over because we weren't going 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds.
Right.
Right.
And it just became we lived close to the Mall of Georgia, and even just to get to the Mall of Georgia, like during Christmas time.
Yeah.
Okay, quick story. My in-laws lived about 10 minutes from us. One time, somebody was doing some big turkey ham giveaway at Christmas time, It took them 2 hours to get to our house, bringing the
Oh
boys
my
back.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause we were
Wow.
like, where are they? They should have been here by now.
Yeah.
And because they were bringing the boys back.
It was some radio
Wow.
station probably having some kind of turkey event.
And
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
many people showed up for it.
Wow.
It was just
and
like,
it stopped the traffic.
and it just, it just grew, and it just became,
Well, see,
outside of that. So
I remember Gwinnett being a small area as a kid. I mean, going through there and then just boom, it just happened. And
Yeah.
even in Tennessee, I lived in Franklin for a little bit, and I can remember when I first got there, it was kind of light, like whatever. But when I left, it was a construction I mean, it just had you remember.
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember.
Nashville was just
And
crazy.
it got to where all of a sudden buildings are being built, towers
Yeah.
are being built. And I was like, man, what happened to this neat little town? You know,
Yeah.
It started to be hard to tell where Franklin stopped and Cool Springs started and Nashville started, and
Yeah.
it just all bled
And it
together.
went on down to went on down
to Columbia
yeah.
and
That's right.
and all, yeah.
Yeah. So
So we were actually looking for about 2 years where we wanted to move. I mean, we looked all over, and because we not only were we wanting to get, I guess you could say, a slower pace,
right.
but we were also looking to want to do a little bit of homesteading and have our own big garden, grow zucchini,
Yes.
squash,
Okay.
tomato, okra. I mean,
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. We always talk about, do we want chickens? Do we want that? We haven't pulled the trigger on that yet.
Right. Right.
Because I always say, if we get the animals, we're married to this place.
Yes.
We're never
You
leaving.
get every
no
morning.
vacation.
Every morning.
So
yes.
we haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But so we were looking for not a huge amount of land, but just a small amount of land. But it just seemed like everywhere we looked, it was like we would find the land, but the house wasn't right. And then we would look, and then we would find the house, but the land wasn't right. And we almost got to the point of giving up. And then my wife and I were in Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
And the next day, after we came home, we were supposed to take my son to go get his driver's license. And in Gwinnett, it was like a 3-month wait.
Yeah.
So imagine a teenager having to wait 3 months to get your driver's
Wow.
license. And so the day we were supposed to come home, we got delayed. And then my son missed his appointment.
Oh,
no.
wow.
And I thought to myself, how in the world are we going to wait another 3 months of toting
No.
Yeah.
my 16, 17-year-old around? So a friend of his came up to him and said, you know where you need to go get your driver's license? Go to Elberton.
Yeah.
Go to Elberton.
You
and
can
get
just go in and get them. Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, we can drive up there, because one of the things is my dad's parents
Yeah.
are originally from Elberton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
they grew up.
So you had roots.
Yeah,
okay.
we had roots here.
Yeah.
And I had come up a couple of times, 2
Right.
or 3 times for family reunions as I was growing up. And where we moved to is actually, and I didn't even realize this when we bought there, but it's actually right around the corner from where they grew up.
Oh,
That's
wow. Wow.
Because we lost this dog we found a dog one time and spoke to somebody about it. And he started pulling out all these pictures of my grandparents and like, here's my grandparents,
wow.
here's your family, here's and
Talk
they lived
about,
down
man.
small
wow.
world, and it was right around the corner. Had
And
no idea.
that is near Tignall, is that right? Or no?
It is.
I think they're out in the
Flatwoods.
Flatwoods area.
Flatwoods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we live almost right off of Flatwoods Road,
Okay. Okay.
out there by the R&R Quick Stop.
Yeah.
And so when I made the drive up here though to come get the driver's license, I started remembering the few times I'd been up here, and I was like, it's really beautiful up here.
Yeah.
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 And we were making the drive, my son and I were making the drive, and I was like, it's really beautiful. And I said, I need to go back home and look
Yeah.
at the Elberton area online.
Yeah.
And I went home, and we had a budget that we wanted to spend.
Yeah.
And so I started looking at homes, and all of a sudden it was just like, this isn't our budget. And then all of a sudden I saw all these homes, and I said, Lori, I think we need to go check this out. So somebody connected me with Wayne Childs,
Yes. Yeah.
of Savannah
Yeah.
Realty, and we ended up working with him, and we came up one weekend. That weekend we found it. It's like, after looking for 2 years, we came upon the house. We were sitting out front, and we were sitting on the front porch, all 3 of us, and I turned to my wife. I said, Lori, listen. And she's like, what do you hear? And I said, nothing.
Wow.
It's quiet.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's quiet here. And so we fell in love with the home. We fell in love with the the property that we bought. We fell in love with the surrounding area, and just grew to love it even more as we've been here now. Because I mean, you've got Lake Russell, you've got the golf course, you just got so many amenities that are available to you up here, and we we just loved it.
Well, I tell you what, Tim, Lori, and the family, I'm so glad that they are here. And, sometimes when you get peace and quiet is whenever God starts kind of showing you what's next.
That's
I mean, you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's
And-
right. Yeah.
And Rebecca, you're in the Chamber of Commerce and business is where that is. And obviously, somehow an idea got started.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So you started this business here called Sir Grout Athens, right? So
Yeah.
what does that mean? What do you do? Give us kind of your elevator pitch.
Okay, yeah. So, Sir Grout of Athens, what we do is we provide a distinctive tile and grout cleaning, sealing, restoration services that are designed to enhance and protect your business or home's health and appearance. So, for example, because you're working in your home. I mean, grout is just so porous. I mean, think about it this way. How many of you have been on your hands and knees with a toothbrush with some kind of cleaner,
Oh, yeah.
trying to clean that
Yeah.
grout,
Scrubbing
Right.
it out. Yeah.
to turn around several weeks later and go,
What happened?
"What happened?"
Yeah.
Right.
That's worse than it was when I started.
Right.
Because
and now
that-
it's splotchy and it looks worse than it did. Yeah.
And it becomes ununiform and it just looks dirty all the time because it just absorbs everything.
Yeah.
And so, with that in mind, so for example, with your tile and grout, whether it's the flooring in your kitchen, in your bathrooms, or the tile in your shower, what we'll do is we'll come in and we'll do a deep clean of the grout in the tile, and which we do have commercial grade equipment to come in and do that. It's not us necessarily just getting down
Yes.
with a scrub brush and getting down. We will do a good agitation on the grout, but we'll also come behind it with that commercial grade equipment to really get it completely cleaned. And after we do a cleaning, we're going to seal it. But not just seal it, but we're going to do a color seal, which a customer can choose.
Wow.
And with that color seal, it'll give you that uniform look.
That's
throughout.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that is amazing.
That's
to me.
really cool. So they seal in the color
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
that
and
you're
it-
looking for.
And that color seal bonds to the grout, and it makes it look beautiful.
Yeah.
But what's the benefit of it? Not only making it look more uniform, but it's also going to be stain resistant, water resistant,
Easier to clean.
mold
Yeah.
and mildew resistant, and easier to clean. Because what we find, and this is a long elevator pitch, so just imagine
Yes.
we're riding the Empire State Building, so
That's
and we're
right.
stopping on every floor. So I've got a long time to
Yeah,
kind of go through.
that's
what we
right.
do.
That's right.
So-
But I would say that this is a need in our community and surrounding communities. Of course, Elbert County, Madison, Oglethorpe,
Yeah.
around, and Wilkes County, Lincoln County. A lot of folks have homes. A lot of people, and there are people in our listening area with lake homes. I mean, Lincoln County and in that area. And sometimes you come in, and just if you're working all day, you work all day, you're trying to clean your home and all that. But this sounds incredible. And when you said color matching, that is like a whole new look to your bathroom or
Oh, yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah, because it really enhances and beautifies the space that you're in, and just
Yeah.
makes it gives it a beautiful appearance. And the great thing is, if you take care of it right, and what we do is when we go out there, because we find a lot of times that a homeowner is not necessarily cleaning it the right way,
Right.
because they're either going too acidic with what they're using or too alkaline in what they're using. And what you really need is a neutral cleaner, but
Right.
you spot clean it. But we'll educate the customer.
Yeah.
We'll educate our customers on exactly how to take care of it after we leave, so that color seal and that protection can last for years to come, because it really ends up being that if you do this, and we warranty our work, but it can last years
Wow.
upon years. And so it really, and then the other thing that we'll do, I didn't mention this,
Yes.
is that we'll actually put like a extra layer of protection, not only on top of the color seal, but also on the tile. But the tile, it gives that kind of nice shine gleam to it, but it's also slip resistance.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
Okay.
which is needed.
That is good.
That's
Yes.
really
Yes.
important.
Because
Yeah.
one time,
Shower,
my,
yes.
my wife will probably be mad at me for telling the story, but I'm going to tell it.
I'll tell you
anyway,
like I
so-
told the preacher. Never.
Yes.
Never. Tell it, preacher. Yeah. Yeah.
But one time I was sitting there in my office at home, and she just slipped.
Oh no.
I mean, she
Yeah.
had. I mean, and the
Wow.
floor was just wet, and she couldn't get up. And I was just like, we need to solve this.
Yeah.
And this is what we can do. We can help come in and make it slip resistant as well,
That's
especially
awesome.
in your shower
Yeah.
shower area.
A cleaner, safer
Yes.
area.
Absolutely.
And I want to do this. I know people are wanting the phone number, how to get in touch, and we'll get to that. But I want to know this. It's Sir Grout Athens, but we know you live in Elberton.
Yes.
So what is the service area for Sir Grout Athens?
Yeah, so our service area is actually pretty wide because we'll actually go beyond the Athens area into Monroe,
Okay.
Georgia, and go through Athens, Madison County, through Elberton. We'll go down into Lincolnton, all the way down into Augusta.
Okay.
So we've got a pretty wide service area.
Yeah.
We'll move into the Hart County area as well, down into Washington.
Okay.
So we've got a pretty wide service area that we do cover.
So lives in Elberton, but the name Sir Grout Athens. I had already had questions around town because we have a little commercial. You've joined the chamber, and that came with that. And I've had a few questions. Hey, what's that Sir Grout Athens? What's that about? And so and I said, actually, it's somebody right here in town. I mean, and so I was telling them about that. So if you're in that service area, let's go ahead and get a phone number. Can we get a phone number or contact information if folks are listening and they're like, hey, I'm interested in the house. I want these services. Maybe even give us a website, things like that.
Yeah, so our phone number, if you want to reach out to us, and this will take you, we can get you scheduled, get you an appointment, because we actually will come out and do a free estimate.
Okay.
No obligation on that, so we'll come out and do a free estimate.
Yes.
And take a look at what's going on in your home or even in your commercial business, because we will service commercial business, or we'll service business offices as well. But the number is 706-522-4224. That's 706-522-4224. And our web address is sirgroutathens.com.
And I looked at the website. Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
They've got
I
a
mean-
Facebook page too, and they've got some of their recent work on there with their transformations, and it's just awesome. I mean, you should go on there and look at some of their transformations.
You can see that color matching.
Yes.
Because I noticed
Yes.
that too. And
It makes it look like new. I mean, you don't have to get new floor tile. It just, they come in and they revitalize it, and it looks like new.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I mean, especially today with prices just going crazy with inflation and everything,
Right.
it really gives you the option, instead of replacing and having tile torn out and then having new tile put in, it really gives a facelift to what you're doing and makes it look like new.
It's remarkable, the difference that it makes.
I'm going to the website right now. Just to see it.
And we also have an Instagram page too.
Awesome.
But if you follow us on either or, because a lot of what's posted on Instagram, it's the same thing as Facebook.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm looking at the website, and when you talk about color matching, you can tell that there's more than just cleaning has happened there. That is like a nice.
Because it updates the look of it too. I mean, you can see on the picture you're looking at there, you can see there was kind of an older, kind of dated look over there, and then they clean it and update it, and now it looks like a new floor.
That's amazing. We talk about home, residential. Do you do commercial and business?
Yes, we sure do.
So commercial and business, if you have tile issues, the employees having trouble getting those cleaned, making that look nice and ready, give Sir Grout a call. And by the way, go to that website to see what we see, sirgroutathens.com. And what an amazing, this is a really nice website. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm almost wondering, like, did you do that? Who did this? Is this a franchise or
It sure is.
It is a
It
franchise.
is a franchise,
Okay.
yes.
It is a franchise. So this is amazing. So and you can even get a quote. Request a quote, a coverage area, so you can click in there and fill that out. And I think this is wonderful. This is awesome.
Yeah, because that's a great way. If you don't want to make the phone call, you want to go see what we do on
Yes.
our website, you can request a quote estimate right there.
Yeah.
And I believe it'll pull up our schedule. You can actually choose the time you want to come, and then I'll receive an email.
Yeah.
Actually, yesterday I was sitting in front of my laptop, and all of a sudden, ping,
Yeah.
estimate for later this afternoon.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's
Comes
great.
right in.
That's
Has
awesome.
has the commercial brought you any business yet? I mean, you can be honest, because I just want
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
All
But
right.
you know-
Hey, folks, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, But no, I think folks are still learning, and that's what I learned. That's
Right.
what I was going to tell you is hey, who is that Sir Grout? Hey, what do they do? Hey, and figuring that out. But folks, once you look at these pictures, that's no, like, wow.
That's right, and it's
yeah.
so good. I mean, at the chamber, we're always talking about supporting local, and it's great just to support a local family here in Elberton. You don't have to call out of town now to get these kind of services, which is great. Just, go to the website here and get a local guy to come out and give you a quote, and you'll be amazed what they can do.
And they're doing more than just the grout. It looks like, do you clean the tile while you're? I mean, because this one right here, see this. I mean, that tile is clean.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's nice.
Yeah, because the
yeah.
tile will actually, when we're doing that deep clean and we bring in that equipment.
Yeah.
Because what we're doing first is we're cleaning, agitating the grout, and
Right.
focusing on that. But when we bring in that equipment, it's not only going over the grout, but it's going over
The
that
whole
tile.
floor. Yeah,
it's
the
going
tile.
over the whole floor, and it's amazing what it can do because forever, again going back to just doing my own home. We taught. I mean, we had new tile and grout put in our bathrooms when we moved in, and just after years, it just kind of just looked dull. It just looked like, oh, this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And so my wife starts thinking, oh, we need to replace the floors, and I said, no, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
We
Yes.
don't have to replace the floors.
Yeah.
And it just really brought back the life
Oh,
and
yeah.
the patterns of the tile, and just really enhanced it and made it stand out.
Wow. Well, this is incredible and just really awesome. We did mention earlier free consultations, free quotes on that. You can go to the website, do that. You can call 706-522-4224. Check them out on social media. What is the best way to contact? What would you say is the best way for a consultation?
For a consultation, either going to the website or calling the 706 number.
Okay.
Either way.
Either way works.
Either way works.
So this is awesome. Let them know you heard about it right here on WSGC Radio, and I think this is neat for our community. So it's an awesome spotlight to have today, and just really, really cool. Sir Grout, Athens, and it's awesome. I mean, that is pretty cool. Rebecca?
What?
What? Holla. So I'm trying to think, do we have tile here? Do we have? I don't even know if I have tile. I don't have any here, but we may put some in just so we can call you. I mean, yeah, just do that. Will y'all give Tim a call? Sir Grout, Athens. Also, just so glad that anytime somebody steps out and to do something new like this is amazing. But thank you for investing and doing something like this. And I think there's a need. And so if you're from Elberton, Athens, Monroe, or in the listening area, or think, hey, I just heard a family member say, I wish I had help with my tile. I wish, this, let them know, and let's get them funneled in over to Tim Harper of Sir Grout, Athens. Tim, thank you. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate being able to come in. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, Tim.
This was awesome, and as always, Rebecca, you bring some of the best people in through the Elbert County Chamber of Commerce.
We got cool people over at the chamber.
That's it. And look, the chamber, if you are not a member yet of the Elbert County Chamber of Commerce, how do you do that?
You can give us a call, 706-283-5651, or just drop by the office. We're in the front of the Civic Center at 148 College Avenue.
There you go, right there. So thanks so much for this community spotlight. Thanks to Tim Harper of Sir Grout, Athens, Rebecca Holliday from the Elbert County Chamber of Commerce. Y'all stay tuned. We've got more great music heading your way. And thanks for tuning in to today's community spotlight. And holler to Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau, a proud sponsor of our community spotlight. Farm Bureau, located on Elbert Street. More great music coming up right after this.
Ray Small Engines and Motorsports in Vanna is your local Exmark dealer. Come by and check out our line of zero-turn mowers with the option of residential, commercial, and professional models. Exmark also comes with 3, 4, and 5